Merchandising! Go to teespring.com and make sure you get you a good t-shirt. It's where the real money's made on YouTube, not on the AdSense or all the Patreons. We need you to go and buy a shirt. That way we're no longer poor.
Hi guys, welcome to the show. I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And welcome to the first episode of 2020, the new year of the Goods Podcast.
I know for a little while you didn't think maybe we weren't coming back because I saw some of the people kind of drop off subscription lists like, maybe we're not coming back.
No, we have to come back, but we also had to take a break. You got, I'm in the theater business, so that's gonna take a lot of time off, obviously, with so many freaking good holiday movies coming out. Plus, we got family things. So you know what? We were gonna take the hiatus. I hurt my arm. I'm in a freaking sleeve now. It's been a year.
Please put all your funny comments in there.
It's been a year, yes. Yes, I was hearing all sorts of crazy crap about my arm.
Please put them below.
Yeah, please put them below. Anyway, so hey, it was a great holiday season. You had, again, mirroring 2017, Jumanji versus Star Wars back and forth, fighting it out for the first and second place. Box office, Star Wars, third week in a row, number one, 33,918 million worldwide, on its way to 1 billion.
I mean, it's the final chapter. In a franchise, the third movie always seems to make the most. Spider-Man 3 made the most. Iron Man 3 made the most. Obviously, this one ending the whole Skywalker saga and all the saga films, it was gonna make money. Reviews aside, it was gonna make a bunch of money. And all Disney wanted to do is make $1 billion and they're gonna be happy.
And there's so many things that we can say. If you want to have any kind of insight on Rise of Skywalker from us, Terrence has a video out called Things I Noticed, where he gives his perception on the Rise of Skywalker. We have not done a review yet, but we will briefly talk about it in the next Rule of Two, so keep an eye on that. 918 on its way to 1 billion. Yeah. It's more than likely going to beat Last Jedi at 1.3, so we'll see how it goes.
Because I thought Last Jedi was currently ahead of it.
It is right now. It's at 1.3 billion worldwide. This is on its way. I have a feeling at the end of the theatrical run, it is going to beat The Last Jedi.
I mean, they didn't put any more pretty people in it, so it's not like China's going to help it.
That's very true. All right.
Go ahead.
Number 2 is Jumanji.
Which I saw but did not see the first one.
Okay, well, in reverse. 26,533 worldwide. It did very well in the holiday. It is nowhere near close to what the second Jumanji was technically at 700 million that it did. So it's got a ways to go. It might hit 6, won't hit 7. Worthy effort. I thought it was actually funnier than the first one.
It was okay. A lot of the kind of callbacks to the second movie. I didn't quite get because I didn't watch the second movie.
That's awesome.
Though I do appreciate the fact that Kevin Hart played Danny Glover. And I was like, okay, cool. I would rather see Kevin Hart be that character than be scared black man all the time. So I appreciate it. Was like, I don't know why I know this because you're a zoologist.
I thought The Rock.
Doing the Danny
DeVito. I thought that was just flat out of character and hilarious.
Yeah.
It's just something that you don't expect coming from The Rock. Obviously, you give your flashes there of the great one, but he's trying his best to do Danny DeVito.
It was a good enough movie for me that I will go take a look at the second Jumanji.
Yeah, just like in the second one, everybody thought, hey, you know what? I'll watch the Robin Williams one.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so number 3 was Little Women. 13 million.
The book movie?
Yeah,
is it based on a book?
It opened on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, and the only thing I can say is watch the 1994 version.
Oh, wow.
A lot better.
Wow.
They
should have got 3LW to be in it.
Yes. Number 4 was actually the remake to The Grudge, the first new release of 2020, and it completely did not live up to expectations. It's getting murdered.
I wanted to go see that, but the reviews came out before the movie released, and all the reviews were super bad, and I was like,
yes, it's one of those
I kind of
where
want to wait.
Why
they do this?
Why they do it? It just.
I mean, we got 3 or 4 Ju-ons, and we got Ju-on's the Ring. No, Ju-on is the Grudge, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Ringu's. Yeah. Okay, so we got 3 or 4 Ju-ons. We got 3 Grudges.
3 Grudges.
Yeah.
One was direct to video. The other 2 were theatrical, and they were actually, those were good.
Yeah. So I mean, at this point, I guess they're trying to say like the millennials need to be able to see it, and we need to kind of up everything for them. And I thought that they were, when they first did the trailers, they were going in a new kind of a way that might be fresh for the franchise.
It was not.
It was not. Okay,
it was not. And
I was excited, but reviews kind of made me hold off, so maybe I'll try to see it this weekend.
Yeah, it's a no-go for me right now. I love John Cho, but it's just, not.
I mean, he
ain't no Sarah Michelle Gellar.
I mean, is he trying to save his daughter again?
Was
he looking for a White Castle?
Number 5! Yeah, Kumar will come out. All right. Number 5 is Frozen 2. 11.2 million. The first animated movie to ever make $1 billion. Is that crazy?
Really?
Yes, that is actually fact. I did not know that.
I did not know. Even Lion King over the whole haul that has been out, like direct to videos and.
See, that's more CGI. This is direct animated.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a shock. I would have thought Toy Story, like one of the Toy Stories would hit, like Toy Story 3 maybe. But.
Well, no, I said not the Lion King, the live action one. I'm talking about the original Disney one. That hasn't made $1 billion yet?
No, not at all.
In like 30 years it ain't made, or 20 years?
No.
30 years? Almost 30 years. Like 20-some years.
No,
I figured by now it would have made $1 billion.
Well, it did not, so
Okay.
you'd be wrong.
All right.
Yeah. All right, so I got a shout out. Now, we both saw this movie, and my family hates it. I thought it was freaking fantastic to a certain degree, but that's Uncut Gems.
Yes, that movie's great.
I am going to go with a shout out on Uncut Gems. I thought it was freaking brilliantly acted. I thought it was fantastic. What do you think?
It was a great way, and we just done the Adam Sandler top 5. It was a different way to look at Adam Sandler because he's always like funny guy, kind of clumsy guy, kind of goofy guy, Adam Sandler. And it's like so this one him playing the straight. I will say the trailers misled me because I thought he was a gangster and he's not a gangster.
No,
he's
not a
just a jewelry guy that kind of gets himself in a bunch of crap that he just couldn't keep himself out of. But he did such a great job so that his name was being mentioned for awards. Didn't he win one for like Golden Globe or something?
No, he did not.
Oh, he was just nominated.
And we'll get into that in a minute. No, not even that. We'll get into that in a minute. But completely different character. You look at like Big Daddy, Happy Gilmore, all these different movies, and he's basically Adam Sandler in every movie. Now you have some exceptions when it comes to Punch Drunk Love and Spanglish, and I just saw this movie called Men, Women, and Children where
he does more films like that.
Right.
I'm sorry, he needs to go to Tom Hanks' role.
But this movie for real was like completely, out of character, and I thought that he was brilliant in this movie.
And how'd you get to beat up The Weeknd? By the way, how did you sign off? How did The Weeknd sign off on that one?
And have Julia Fox as a freaking mistress. Who I am now declaring as the new Margot Robbie, by the way. This will be the breakout role for her. Look for her. She'll be in Marvel or DC pretty damn soon. But
at least make her Power Girl or something.
But either way, Uncut Gems, man. If you haven't checked it, you gotta check it out. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It was not. He got snubbed in the Golden Globes. We'll talk about that briefly in a little bit. But I can guarantee you, he will be in the Oscar race, making him probably, I want to say, the third SNL alum to be nominated for an Oscar. Dan Aykroyd, Eddie Murphy, and now Adam Sandler if he is nominated.
Yeah.
Dud of the week, bruh.
Dud of the week was
Cats.
Oh yeah,
bruh. 2.6 million, $100 million loss.
By the way, so the premise of this, I mean, first of all, a lot of plays don't do well when they've been brought to the screen. I think
this was good.
Well, I was gonna say
you have some good ones.
The ones that Hugh Jackman has done, like
Greatest Showman.
The Greatest Showman didn't start off well. It sat for a while. It got Oscar buzz, and then it started to pick up momentum later on. In the first few weeks, it wasn't doing well at all. But I don't think they expected it to do well at all. But they spent so much money on Cats trying to fix the stupid CGI. It needed to make money right off the bat, and all the reviews was like, why?
Not to be
why? And I didn't want to see this film to begin with. And I was like,
jerk, but I think this movie would have probably worked better as an animated film.
It probably would have, but it was a play that's not for. If you make it animated, then it's going to be thought to be for kids, and then kids are going to get bored and not want to go see it, and then people are going to be like, who is this movie for?
That's a damn good point. And then you look at musicals like, because this is probably one of the top selling musicals of all time on Broadway. But
when is that Wicked movie coming out?
Yes, and hopefully they don't go this route. Hopefully they actually have some continuity with Wizard of Oz, and it is a lot more. Maybe not like The Wizard or whatever that Franco movie was. That was awful. It was, Oz the Great and Powerful. Yeah, so hopefully it's nothing like that. But when you have movies like Chicago, like this year is going to be West Side Story. You got those kind of musicals. Okay, great.
Oh God, they're not doing West Side Story.
Yes, they are.
Are they going to do the dance fighting?
Probably.
Oh God.
But for some reason, hey, if Ozone and Turbo ain't it, I ain't watching it.
I mean,
he needs to be in the Sharks or the Jets.
The only person that made dance fighting work was Michael Jackson and Beat It.
Never. Well, maybe. But I'm gonna go Electro Rock versus TKO. Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo. Count it right now. Book it. On pay-per-view. But anyway, yeah, so Cats is bound to lose $100 million. It was completely unfinished. You see Judi Dench's real hands, and it's awful, dude.
I heard that they even got the people who did the original Sonic CGI to help them fix their CGI.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
It's hilarious. On the positive of Cats is a lot of people, it's actually making money from people that are watching it high.
I can see that.
People are getting high and watching this movie so they can trip.
This is probably going to be the new Rocky Horror Picture Show.
This might be the new Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I mean, because I don't think the Rocky Horror Picture Show did well when it first released, but now it's become such a cult hit, and people just like to sing along with it.
To the point where it's still being shown to this day.
Yeah. So I'm gonna assume people are gonna start singing along to Cats and stuff like that, and being high or drunk or whatever level of sobriety they are when they go watch it, and then it will play on, and hopefully one day it will make all the millions that they lost on this movie in its theatrical release.
Video with the
or at midnight screenings in small theaters across the United States.
Absolutely. Anyway, so that was the box office. So Terrence mentioned the Golden Globes, and absolutely, we just had the Golden Globes last week, and wow, there were some shocks. Now you didn't get to see it, but Ricky Gervais was brutal in that. If you want to look at the monologue, check out the monologue on YouTube. He is freaking like wow. Like I can't believe he got away.
I heard it was pretty rough.
I can't believe he got away on a lot of that stuff.
They were like, he made The Office.
Yes, The Office. We are officially on the road to the Oscars. On the road to the Oscars. Award season. Right. We're in already.
They're still going with no host, right?
I don't know. They have not said anything about
because
that.
I think they said they were going to go with no host because they couldn't back out of. I mean, they couldn't fix the whole Kevin Hart thing. So I think they were going with no host.
Probably right. So let's go with the quick rundown on the winners. Best performance by actress drama went to Renee Zellweger. Exactly. She beat out Charlize Theron, Saoirse Ronan.
What was she in?
She was in Judy. She was Judy Garland.
Okay.
Yeah, she beat out Scarlett Johansson in Marriage Story, and Cynthia Erivo from Harriet. Best performance by an actor went to Joaquin Phoenix for the Joker. You knew that was gonna happen. You knew that was gonna happen.
Hey, another comic book film wins another award.
And we're gonna get into that in a little bit. Adam Driver was also nominated for that. Antonio Banderas, Jonathan Pryce, Christian Bale for Ford vs. Ferrari. So some good ones there. Best Motion Picture Musical or Comedy. Now I remember back in the day when we were covering the awards before we got into the goodies.
Yeah.
We got into musical or comedy, and we were laughing about The Martian.
Oh yeah.
You remember that?
Best comedy, right?
Okay, yeah. So this year it was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Best comedy?
Best comedy. Golden Globe for musical or comedy.
I mean, you know what? How would you classify Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Because it's not accurate.
Would it be considered a parody or satire? I would probably say a satire, maybe. But you got Dolomite Is My Name, Jojo Rabbit, Rocket Man, and Knives Out.
Okay, in that group, I feel it fits within that group. Now, do those count as comedy?
Dolomite, obviously, yes.
I mean, does it?
Musical Rocket Man, yes. Knives Out,
Dolomite's
yes.
still
Jojo Rabbit, yes.
though.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, no. It is a Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is a fictionalized version of true events that happened, and for the most part, the execution the acting is superb. But overall, it was, it's not a comedy. I don't consider it a comedy.
It's not a comedy.
It's in the same, breath of maybe Death Proof to a certain degree.
Yeah.
As far as the pacing and all of that, and the outstanding climax.
Well, that begs to start a different conversation, because it was like, how would you classify any of Quentin Tarantino's films? Because they're very tough to classify.
Yes, they are. I mean, I would probably say either from drama to suspense thrillers.
Yeah.
And all of it. Heist films, I mean, you got Jackie Brown and Pulp Fiction to a certain degree. You got Reservoir Dogs, which was a failed heist.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, I would probably go that route. Maybe, I don't say suspense thriller, but a drama.
I mean, there was some thriller aspects in it with the whole looming thing of what the Manson family was gonna do.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Okay, so I mean, suspense.
It's in the same breath as Pulp Fiction.
There you go. All right.
And I don't consider Pulp Fiction.
Okay, but none of them comedy.
So that was that. So I was going back and forth on that one too. Actress for musical comedy, Awkwafina. For this movie called The Farewell. She beat out...
She has been getting a lot of roles. And
Yes,
she
has.
is breaking out from her being a comedian / rapper to now just a full-fledged actress.
Yeah, and she's doing really good.
Yeah.
Starting with Ocean's 8, working with that group to, getting the Golden Globe for this. So that's freaking awesome. She beat out Emma Thompson, Ana de Armas from Knives Out, Kate Blanchett for Where'd You Go, Bernadette, and Beanie Feldstein for Book
Is she the Asian Tupac?
She is not.
In a movie sense.
Oh, man. All right. Performance from musical actor. It went to Taron Egerton as Elton John for Rocket Man. I'll give him that.
I have not seen it, but
I thought he was...
the look, he looked like him.
He did great. He did fantastic. He was, Rami Malek on Bohemian, but I thought Rami was a lot better, in my opinion. He beat out Roman Griffin Davis for Jojo Rabbit. I have not seen that. Daniel Craig for Knives Out. Leo for Once Upon a Time.
I did not like Daniel Craig's performance in Knives Out.
I liked Leo in Once Upon a Time.
Yeah,
in
definitely.
Hollywood. And I did not think he was better than Eddie Murphy in Dolomite.
You know my problems with
Yes, I know.
it was too much. It was too much Eddie.
Yeah. Well, I would have.
By the way, Michael Jai White agrees with me.
Because he's also the new Undercover Brother.
Yeah, and I hate that movie.
I hate that
God,
movie. Yes, that movie was awful. Okay.
Oh, he is coming out with a successor to Black Dynamite.
To Black Dynamite?
Yeah, it's gonna be a western, a black exploitation western.
So Dynamite Unchained.
Yeah, I know, right?
So Best Supporting Actress went to Laura Dern for Marriage Story. She beat out Jennifer Lopez in Hustler, Annette Bening in The Report, Margot Robbie in Bombshell, Kathy Bates and Richard Jewell. I would have gone with Kathy Bates for that one, but if you have not
I don't
seen...
know how Margot Robbie was even nominated for this, because if you're gonna pick somebody from Bombshell, it would have been
Charlize.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It was
agree
like
100%
she was
with
the
you.
main part of that
She's
movie.
amazing in
Yeah.
that movie. Jennifer Lopez in Hustlers, though. God dang it, man.
I mean, that's
if
for a
you have
different reason.
any question
If this is a
on
different
Jennifer
reason.
Lopez's hotness,
It's a different reason.
just watch.
We ain't voting
Hustlers.
hotness. I mean, I would vote hotness, but we ain't voting hotness.
All right, best
No,
performance-
Charlize Theron in Bombshells.
Yeah. Supporting actor went to Brad Pitt for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I have absolutely zero problem
was
with
good.
that win.
That's good.
Al Pacino in The Irishman, he beat out him. Joe Pesci, Tom Hanks in One Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, and Anthony Hopkins in the Two Popes. I have no problem with that whatsoever.
If I had to pick between De Niro and Brad Pitt, that's a tough one, because De
no.
Niro did a good job.
It was Pacino.
I'm sorry, Pacino. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Pacino did a good job playing Jimmy Hoffa. He did a good job. He did a really. Have you seen Irishman?
I saw part of it.
Okay, it's long.
That's why I saw part
My
of
whole Thanksgiving was ruined by the Irishman.
it. Okay, so let me ask you this. All right, Nicholson played Hoffa. What performance stood out more, Nicholson's or Pacino?
I never saw Nicholson play Hoffa.
Yeah, it was directed by Dan DeVito. It was.
And what
He was
movie?
in Hoffa. It's
I never saw Hoffa.
It's amazing.
Oh, okay.
That,
So I have nothing to compare
that
it
is
to.
why, and that's why it sucks. It was so hard for me to compare it because, or to vouch for Pacino in this, because I just thought about Jack Nicholson as Hoffa.
No, well, see, I didn't
because
have
he's
that.
so freaking believable as Jimmy Hoffa
Exactly.
that I gotta go with him.
I didn't feel that, and even though I had to push, I don't know why I can't push past it with Eddie Murphy in Dolomite, but I had to push past a lot of the Pacino-esque stuff that he did in it. But I felt like it was coming. I felt like it was coming sometimes, but I was like, just his performance was good, and it's not like I don't like anything that Pacino does. So
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it was just a little bit of a bias.
Hey
on my
man, shout
part.
out to Wesley Snipes. He did a tweet that said he took a picture with Al Pacino and said
Really?
Nino Brown and Tony Montana. Hell yeah,
That's
I love
awesome.
it.
That's
All right, but, okay, so this was the one that had me scratching my head. All right, and that was the best motion picture for animated. It went to Missing Link, which is a claymation movie starring Zach Galifianakis.
It didn't go to Play Mobile.
That movie did nothing. It did absolutely nothing, but it managed to beat out Frozen 2, Toy Story, How to Train Your Dragon, and Lion King.
That was one of those awards that they give. They were like, hey, nobody saw this film. It was a really good movie. Even though we know the popular pick would be Frozen, we're going to pick this just to give that movie something to hang its hat on.
You're probably right, but going back to what you just said, even the producers were shocked that they were
Like, what?
Well, really?
Man, we just came for the free popcorn.
We came for
the drinks and stuff.
wanted to rub elbows with these guys.
We ain't expect to win. We ain't even got no speech.
So Best Picture for Drama actually went to 1917.
Okay, I still haven't seen it. I want to see it.
It comes out Friday here in San Antonio, but the it was released in limited releases in New York and Los Angeles, Chicago, that kind of thing. Those markets. So I can understand why the Hollywood Foreign Press.
Yeah,
they
wanted to get it out before awards, before they started picking, and the cutoff date was. So they released
beating the Joker, Marriage Story. Have you seen Marriage Story?
I have not seen Marriage Story.
It is excellent acting. That is some damn good acting.
I have not.
But I'm not gonna push Joaquin aside for that, because god dang it, that was just too memorable. But it beat out Joker, Marriage Story, The Irishman, and The Two Popes, which I have not seen The Two Popes yet. But
Irishman, if they had cut the last 30 minutes out of that film, it would have been a more enjoyable film.
I probably agree. So
because there was this whole epilogue with the daughter, they didn't need that in there for 30 minutes.
Other highlights was Ellen DeGeneres getting the Carol Burnett Award. Well deserved, especially the barriers that she broke down for the gay community. I always forget that. LB. My daughter is in this community and I don't even know it.
LGBT.
Forget it.
Look, there's an L, there's a B, there's a G, there's a T, and a Q. I don't know.
Either way, love you, Aspen. But anyway, so she was recognized for that. And Tom Hanks, Cecil B. DeMille Award, Lifetime Achievement Award. Hell yeah, he needed to get that.
Yeah.
We have our Tom Hanks top 5. I am waiting for him and Colin Hanks to get together so we can have Bachelor Party 2.
Yes.
Please call Barry.
Look, if they can get together and do Wayne's World 3, they can get together and do Bachelor Party.
Wayne's World 3?
Wayne's World
2.
3.
No, they did 2. Wayne's World 2. It's
no,
only
they're
2.
doing 3.
They're gonna
I'm sorry, not 3.
Bill
I'm
and
sorry.
Ted.
Bill and Ted. Sorry, I misspoke. If they get together and do Bill and Ted 3,
then you can give me Bachelor Party 2.
Yeah.
Colin Hanks, Tom Hanks, freaking Barry Diamond. Get Dudikoff, American Ninja out of there.
Michael Dudikoff.
Get Duty in there. Everybody in there. Let's get it back. Let's do it.
That's amazing.
Anyway, all right. So moving on from one award, we're still in the award season here. And the UK BAFTA Awards recently had their nominations, and they got Joker at 11. Joaquin is nominated for that. Yep. If Joaquin wins this award, it'll be the second time that the Joker character wins 2 Best Actor awards.
Oh, that's cool.
With him and Ledger doing that. That gives you an idea of the complexity of a character like the Joker, and to actually take the depths. And you can actually look at Brandon Routh's perception on the depth of comic book characters on our YouTube page.
Now, do you want to give it directly to the character itself? Because we have 2 other Jokers that did not win awards.
This is very true, but in Tim Burton's character or characterization of the
Not
Joker,
that I feel like Jack Nicholson did a bad job as a Joker.
No, he was
but I'm just
phenomenal.
saying, I can't completely give it to the Joker, and I can almost say that it's more of the tone of the film and the performance itself. The tone of Tim Burton's was comic book-esque
and campy.
And
to
campy.
a certain degree,
and
a little bit campy.
Nobody liked Jared Leto's. I'm sorry. So his fault or not, nobody liked his version of it. So the tone of Nolan's and the tone of
Todd Phillips,
there you go, of his were very dark and complex. Jared Leto's was not complex. Unfortunately, as much as we like Jack Nicholson's version of it, it was not complex. So you had 2 characters or 2 films that were more intricate and complex on their version of the Joker, and that's why they won awards. I don't want to give it completely to the Joker because we have 2 other people who didn't win awards.
Well, true, but in this particular case, it would have been the two versions that. And the depth of that character, that would have probably. Now, I think Joaquin's depth is deeper. It's a lot deeper than Ledger's.
Okay.
Ledger's execution of it is pretty much like.
He took something that could have been campy and made it so.
How about this? Ledger is. I could see Ledger being the part 2 to this Joker.
A little bit further in there, like into his Joker career.
You see the beginnings, the origins, and then you see the end product.
You can see him
and
becoming that one.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's a perfect complement to a certain degree as far as continuation of that particular character. But it also, you get to see the depth of a character like that to where you actually take these comic book characters a little bit more seriously.
So
because there's so much there. You know, the complexities of a character like the Joker would be, especially if it's executed right, could garner so many recognition and awards like the Globes, now the BAFTA, and now pretty soon, more than likely, the Oscars.
Sorry
that's
to
pretty
derail you
interesting.
there.
Give us your take on the depths of comic book characters and whether or not they're, are they worth like getting awards and being recognized that way, and maybe even taking it a little bit more seriously.
Okay.
All right, so let's get on to Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. All right.
All right, so real quick, Mandalorian came out last year, bomb. It had 10 million. We had it on a show before. 10 million subscribers or so in the first day or two, 3, something like that.
It like blew their expectations.
Absolutely, because they expected
crashed the system on day one. By the way,
yes, it did, and it was expected to actually get 10 million in 3 years. But it got it in like within the first few weeks.
Yeah, I think they said by 2025 they want like 65 million or something like that. And look how far it is in its first few months.
Absolutely. And guess what happens? The reward for all that is everybody has dropped out and unsubscribed to Disney Plus now that The Mandalorian is over.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things that Netflix goes through this all the time too. It's like when they drop
Stranger
something,
Things comes out.
Yeah, it's like their subscriber numbers go all the way up, and then they go back down once people have had a chance to binge watch it. The difference with Disney is that they got to hang on to the subscribers for 8 episodes because they only gave you a 1-week subscription. They didn't give you a full month.
And you know what? You make a great point. So let me ask you this. So had they given you the binge, how soon would they have dropped off?
It would have been like within the first 2 weeks, it would have lost everybody. Now, it's upon Disney Plus to be able to start getting that content out faster so people can roll over into something else and stay subscribed. Like I said, Netflix does this. People ramp up, people drop off. With their whole thing, remember back in the day for Rent-A-Center, it was we used to say like slinging, sales? Because we would call it sling because we would like throw it against the wall as many as we possibly could, knowing that people were gonna return stuff. And then we want to see how many people we can retain out of all the stuff that we sent out. Subscription service models know that.
Not a fun process, by the way.
No, not at all. It sucked. So subscription service, they know that's the model. It's like we try to get as many subscribers as we possibly can, and then hopefully after 70 or 80% of those people drop off, we want to retain that 20%.
Right, there's a certain amount.
That's the one we really care about. We don't care about all the free trials that we get. We know the majority of those people are gonna leave, but with that 20%, we want them to hang on and continue to pay us.
Right.
Like I said, by Disney going like, I'm gonna debut things week to week to week to week, one, they can retain more people out of those massive subscribers because now they gotta start paying, and if they're gonna be paying, every time that they pay a month, they have to stay the full month. They're not gonna just cancel mid-month and then just not watch it. They're at least gonna stay another month. Netflix, unfortunately, they binge everything and people drop off. Good for them is that they already have built up a good subscriber base that it doesn't affect them as much. Though, Disney needs to make sure that all these shows that they've announced us needs to start coming out and be spaced evenly, so that way when Mandalorian ends, we can roll over to Winter Soldier and Falcon, we can roll over into WandaVision and so on and so forth. But they need to be paced that way, so we shouldn't be waiting. Winter Soldier and Falcon is not scheduled to
it is
the summer.
Year. It should be this year.
Yeah, summer of this year. So we got like 6 months to wait since Mandalorian. It's gonna dip at that point, and then it's gonna pick back up when that comes back out. Hopefully, WandaVision is only like a month or 2 after Winter Soldier and Falcon, and then like I said, and so on and so forth.
And to get your Star Wars fix, and we'll talk about.
And then with all those license deals that they have with other things, hopefully those end and they can start adding that stuff back on.
With Star Wars, The Last Jedi just ended. So on Netflix, so the rights to Last Jedi has just ended with Netflix, and it is now on Disney Plus. So the first 8 episodes of Star Wars are now on Disney Plus now.
Right.
So
okay.
So that's a good thing. So. Perfect segue to what you were talking about as far as alternative content. Willow, the series, the sequel series could be potentially coming to Disney Plus.
Who wants this? Who wants this?
For those of you that have not seen Willow, it was
nobody.
A lot of people have seen Willow.
Yes, they have.
It is.
They're dead. They're not dead. We were in that age.
Jacked up. But anyway.
I know. But what I'm saying is that they ain't paying for Disney Plus.
It was a great fantasy adventure that, okay, maybe at theater it didn't find its audience, but at home media it did. Why? Because we were left by ourselves and our best friends were cable TV. But it starred Warwick Davis, famous for playing Wicked on Return of the Jedi Ewok, but he played Willow and Val Kilmer and
They're bringing back.
directed by Ron Howard.
They're bringing back the Iceman for this.
So it's a potential that Warwick Davis will return when, in fact, they do bring this series because they want to break down the sequel into series form and have it on Disney Plus. The writers' room is officially open for Willow 2, technically.
You know, I'm going to tell you why this is not going to succeed.
Okay,
Because go ahead.
go because I got to come back for it. Go.
Okay, so Netflix brought back Dark Crystal.
Yes, it did. It's doing well. It's all right.
Is it doing well? The people that were fans of Dark Crystal that I've asked if they like the Dark one, I never even watched the original Dark Crystal, but I watched this and I was like, this is so convoluted and just all over the place. And I was like, I just want to watch some Jim Henson puppets. And it's like, this story's so dark and so complicated. Yeah, exactly. Bring back Fraggle Rock. I will watch that. You brought back Full House and Fuller House. Bring me back Fraggle Rock.
Give me Fraggle Rock.
But anyway, so
I
mean, the story was so complicated and just boring. And all he was like,
I can see that. I got you.
I'm thinking that they're gonna overcomplicate Willow.
So what you're
saying? And for the 5 people that still remember Willow, 2 of us are here. For the 5 people that still remember Willow, we're gonna be sitting there like,
so
what is going on?
Much like Dark Crystal, once the nostalgia is gone,
it's the man.
Then it
better have the best story ever.
I have a feeling that it will. Ron Howard is supposed to maybe
you know how much money they
make
spent
any
on Dark
kind of
Crystal?
attempt on that.
They spent a lot of money on Dark
you.
Crystal.
But there have been some successes as far as sequel series, and I give you Cobra Kai.
Fuller House.
I just said Cobra Kai.
I know, but Fuller House is.
But
really
regardless, it
expensive.
is Cobra Kai season 1 was a freaking awesome, continuing story as far as or spin-off story as far as the Karate Kid universe.
Even though I hate the last episode.
It's already got the freaking. It's got the. Me too.
I hate the last episode.
But we got a season 2. They just wrapped season 3, so it's safe to say that Karate Kid universe is in good hands, and it was a success. Can Willow have that? Unfortunately, I don't think that Willow's impact in pop culture is not as strong as Karate Kid.
No.
Everybody, was fully invested in Ralph Macchio and even freaking William Zabka, so I can't say that the same impact will be from Willow. It would be nice to see it, but like we were talking about earlier, once the nostalgia wears off, it's done. And unless you get Val Kilmer to really be Val Kilmer again, which you won't because, he's not the same Val Kilmer now, I don't think it's going to do
so much weight.
So look out for Willow coming up. Okay, but real quick before we go to the next one. Okay, Kilmer will come back on Top Gun. Yes, you're right.
Okay.
Don't know if he's going to come back for this one. But if you had to choose another sequel to be broken down in series form, what would you pick?
The Saints, since we're on Val Kilmer.
No, not even though it technically was a series with Roger Moore back in the day. But okay.
That's funny. What series would I like that I used to like? Give me some options.
Okay, I got you. I got Goonies.
It's Stranger Things. We already got that.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
All right, Gremlins.
I want another movie. I don't want a series.
You don't think that would work as a series form?
I mean, how many times are you gonna say don't feed him after midnight? I mean, how long is that gonna go on?
Back to the Future.
Don't ever touch that. Don't ever touch it. You're gonna have to recast.
Listen.
They're gonna have to. You can't.
You
listen.
Can't.
You can't.
You get
the original guy who was Marty McFly back.
You get you get Michael J. Fox and Elizabeth Shue in cameos and Christopher Lloyd in cameos and spin it off to their kids
who look exactly like him.
Yeah, I know, but that's not gonna happen this time. But spin it off and have time travel adventures. I think that would work.
But the
budget would be like crazy. The budget would be insane.
I mean, they could just change sets and it's like, we added a couple of flip flop things.
And green screen.
Yeah, it was like whatever. The budget's not fine. So you just can't do it because that was the charm of it is that it was Michael J. Fox in both roles.
But technically, content-wise, that is the one that you can probably stretch out the most from Back to the Future.
Okay, and the doc is
because of time travel.
All right, so his whole thing was that time travel bad. He's not gonna do a whole series of time travel that he doesn't want to do when he didn't want to do it in the first 3 films.
Back to the Future was bullshit.
So I mean, they can't do that one. I don't know which one I would bring back. I'm just gonna knock them all when they announce them.
Give me Above the Law. Seems like all right. So back in the day, we were anxious to see Godzilla 1998
Yeah.
We were like, we wanted to know what the hell Godzilla was gonna look like. And guess what?
I remember working at the store. We got the figures
We had first dibs on freaking everybody. Anybody that worked at Blockbuster had first dibs to see what Godzilla was gonna look like. So we got the toys in, and it said do not open until this day. But guess what?
We opened it.
We opened it, and we don't care.
We were like, oh, this is Godzilla.
That's Godzilla? Ugh. Fast forward to now, we have Godzilla toys being released again for Godzilla vs. Kong.
Oh, really? They're out already?
Absolutely.
Or they've been leaked?
Leaked, yes. So Godzilla vs. Kong was actually slated to come out early 2020, but probably because of the weakness of the slate, they pushed it back to November to capitalize a little bit more on the holiday season.
Wow.
So it was pushed back to November 2020.
But they already made them toys.
A picture of the toys were actually leaked out, and it's a possibility that it spoiled a character reveal.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the character is Mechagodzilla.
Oh. Yeah, they shouldn't have spoiled that.
Mechagodzilla may be an addition to this much anticipated film, and if you've seen the pictures, which if T can look it up and put it, there it is. Hopefully he really did it, because every time we go, we say, look, and there's nothing there. Anyway.
I think it's funny when it happens. Anyway.
So if you look at it, it really doesn't look that good. It kind of gave me that same feeling that I saw when I saw Godzilla, like, that's Mechagodzilla?
So here's the thing that maybe we can be saved with, is that Lego, after their mini leaks about things of different Marvel movies, they started doing like offshoot things, introducing characters that aren't in the movie to kind of like, throw you off a little bit. So like, oh, here's a play set of a particular scene, a battle scene that doesn't happen in the movie. So when that stuff gets leaked, it doesn't really spoil the movie, but they can sell like alternate toy sets and stuff. So
I can see that.
I mean, if they're gonna sell Godzilla toys, then they need to capitalize on selling more Godzilla characters. You can't just sell Godzilla and Kong. You want to sell Mechagodzilla and Gigan and yeah, exactly. You want all of these characters, all of the kaiju. You want them there because then that's more money that you can make off the brand. So
true. But if in fact this is part of
it, it's probably a booty-looking picture.
It is a very booty-looking picture. It's very booty. So. You see the picture and you're kind of, it just does not look like Mechagodzilla. So the thing that I get from this is there will be a fight. Kong versus Godzilla, it will happen.
We know they're going to team up. They're going to fight a minute.
But then they're going to Spider-Man this shit, and it's going to be them against Mechagodzilla. If you have not seen Godzilla King of the Monsters, please turn this off. But if you have, spoiler warning, okay, great.
Spoiler warning for a movie that's like 50 years?
It doesn't matter. No, King of Monsters. The one that just happened.
Okay.
There's
original King of Monsters, too.
That's very true. The post-credit scene shows the head of the King Ghidorah. They have the head, the first head that Godzilla chops off or stomps on, or whatever the hell it is. And they show the head just sitting there, and the guy, the bad guy, goes and freaking, my dear brother Noomsay, Charles Dance, he goes in there and he wants to freaking, he wants to take the head. So if they use that as a basis of Mechagodzilla, I wouldn't doubt it. I would believe that that's what they're gonna do. But unfortunately, if they go the Spider-Man 3 route, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it.
Every team up movie or every versus movie, when they're two good guys versing each other, they've always teamed up to take on something else. BVS.
Well, you're right.
I mean, that's what happens.
BVS was the last one to do it.
Civil War.
Civil War.
He's
my friend, so am I.
Yeah, so I mean, it's one of those things. That's just a common trope when these versus movies, when it's two good guys. They'll fight for a little bit. They'll like, oh, we have a common enemy. Let's team forces and let's take on that common
enemy. That's why
enemy.
you don't book Two Faces.
But I'm wondering now. So even though the toy may look like hot garbage, did you really want to see a robotic version of Godzilla?
Yes.
They had to change it a little bit. So they were like, Godzilla destroyed all of these cities and towns and stuff like that. Let's get to work on making one that looks exactly like him.
Yes. I don't know, but
it was ridiculous in the old films. It's ridiculous in the remakes of those old films. It's ridiculous today. So I can see why they would do something different. It probably still looks like trash, but I can see why they would have done something different. Hey, look, I still enjoy Godzilla 1998.
Yeah, I do too. Hey, you don't hate.
Yeah,
you don't hate Godzilla 1998. Tell us what you think about everything that we talked about. Throw it in the comments below. Terrence, take us home.
All right, so man, it's been a while since we do this. I'm kind of out of practice of doing this. Me. Stretching on here, get back.
I can't do that. My arms hurt.
Get into my form of closing these shows out. All right, so I know we talked about a lot. Hopefully some of this actually makes it to air, and I will probably edit a bunch of the stuff out because I kind of rambled a little bit too long. But whatever I did talk about, make sure you comment about it below. I don't even know what to reference right now because I don't know what's going to stay in the video. But whatever it was and however it affected you, make sure you commented about it below because that's the way that we know that you're actually watching the video, and that way we can actually converse back and forth with you. Marcos, you know who I'm talking to because you keep telling me stuff at work. Put it in the comments below, and then that way we can do something that you suggest because we've seen it both.
It's very true. Hey man, look, we look forward to 2020. Thank you for a freaking awesome 2019. Shout out to freaking all our friends and followers from Twitter. Shout out to a guy named Matt, who I don't work with anymore, but you're still freaking awesome. You're still right here. So much love to you. Congratulations to my beautiful baby girl, our director, who has gone off to college. And now we know where the hell she's at because she better be in school by the time this video comes out. Right. So Art, we don't know where the hell he's at. He's usually on the couch, but he ain't. I don't know where the hell he's at.
Somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. But anyway,
show a beer.
I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And that was the good. Happy New Year.
If you're still here, because we do these end of the video little blooper things. If you're still here, look down. There's a link here for Patreon. If you guys like the show, please give us money. We'll take a penny. We'll take a nickel. We'll take a dime. We'll take $1. We have some stuff on there that we're giving away on Patreon if you do contribute, because trust me, we need help. We want to buy new equipment, and we need an editor. Somebody who doesn't have to stay up in the middle of the night, or they'll have to stay up in the middle, but I won't have to do it. So please, down, patreon.com/thegoods. It's in the link. Please do it. We appreciate it.
Top flight.